All right, let's do our greenhouse update now. So it's September 13th. We're end of summer. Shade cloth was pivotal in having everything survive for sure. With the shade cloth and all these extra windows and with the fan in there, we would flirt with like 110 every day, like when it was 92 to 95 outside here, and we're getting full sun in the middle of the day. It'd be 110 in there, which is fine for palm trees. Doesn't bother them. Your like softer leafy stuff does not like that at all, and even the palm trees, they don't like to grow in that hot. So everything did kind of slow down in there. But the way that I learned you can mitigate the heat is just literally come in and water, like you'll see in here in a second, but we've got the same landscape fabric is down there on the floors of the greenhouse, and you just literally water down the rows. You can water the plants obviously too, water the walls, and then it'll take it from 110 down to 100. It'll drop the temperature in there, and that'll control it a lot. That's what we did all summer. We're getting to the point where it's going to be time where we take the shade cloth off because we want it to be a little bit warmer in the greenhouse during the day. So it is September 13th, probably another month, middle October 15th or something, we'll take the shade cloth off. It'll stay off all winter, and then in the spring when it starts getting really hot again, we'll put it back on. So all these sable miners, these were actually on this wall inside the greenhouse. These were all in half-gallon bags. We potted all these up to 1 gallon this spring, and they've stayed outside all summer. It's been really dry again, like I said in my other video, so we've had to really water these and watch them. Here's some bigger 3-gallon sable miners. These are all sable miners here. And then we had a bunch of sable miners in 1 gallon, like a lot. We still got a lot, but we had like big row like this over here that we potted into 3-gallon. These are looking really nice. They've all got split leaves on them, really nice color, getting good development. These will all be ready next spring to sell. The hardest part is going to be packing these into the greenhouse because they take up so much room. But these are looking really nice. Ooh, side note, because it just reminded me. So I had my nursery license. I'm legal to sell and grow and do all of this in Tennessee. But I now have all my stamps. So I've got my spotted lanternfly compliance, Japanese beetle compliance, and imported fire ant compliance. So I've got all my stamps, put all that on my nursery license. Copy of that goes in every box that I ship, and we're compliant. We can ship everywhere, 48 states. We could get a phytosanitary come and check the shipment, and we can ship international if we want. But just to let everybody know, that's really what you need to do if you've got greenhouse, you want to sell to other people. You've got to be legal, you got to do it right. So we keep good nursery practices, grow all of our plants really well, keep the weeds out of them, keep the bugs out of them, but you've got to spray. So to be compliant for those three, for lanternfly, Japanese beetle, imported fire ant, you got to get with your state, and they're going to send an inspector out. I had the same inspector that did my nursery license inspection, but this is like a separate deal. This is just for being able to ship plants out of the state. And we worked together, figured out a product, and the active ingredients by Fethrin. Use it as a soil drench, so I put in a backpack sprayer, and you just spray all the soil around and all the plants. Took me, I don't know, 2 hours to do everything outside here, and then in the greenhouse. And you know, you get certified, get your stamps, and then you're legal and good to go. And we can sell to other nurseries, we can sell to anywhere, and we're good. So that is another important part if you're thinking about starting a nursery, really getting into this you Yeah, sure, it's easy to grow sables from seed, but there's a lot more to it when you want to kind of expand your range a little bit, we'll say, which is where we're at now. We've got a lot of plants, and we're trying to do that. There's more sable miners that are in bags. These are in 1 gallon bags. These are looking nice. These are just going to stay here. We've just got too much sable miner, too much plant material, and not enough room. So we're going to let these grow in here. And when we dwindle down all the other ones that are potted up and sell them, we'll pot these up to like 3 gallon, and we'll just have more stuff to work with. Here's some cycads, Revoluta by Guigensis. Let me get a tag out of here. Let's see. Yep. These are really cool, looking nice, really hardy. We sold a bunch of these already this year. We've got a bunch more. These are in tall tree pots in here. Let's see. Yeah. These will be ready to go, and we'll have different stuff to sell. We like palms, cycads, anything that's hardy and gives you that tropical look. All sable miners. Oh yeah, so my plant nursery license, $250. Come get inspected, and then they help you out with all the other compliance stuff, and all that was free. So it's not something that you can't do, but it's something that you've got to be wary of, and you can definitely get in trouble if you're not doing things the right way. These are all standard Trachycarpus fortunei. Like, I don't know, what do we got, 10 left of those. Sold a bunch of those. These are all hybrids. These are Wagnerianus by fortunei. These are looking really good now. Really nice 1 gallons. We've been selling the hell out of these. That root's coming out of the pot. These are nice plant. So what I've been slacking on is tagging my eBay and Etsy in my videos, and I'm going to do that. We post in the description. You click on the link, you can see all my plants for sale. We do sell on Facebook also, and have people stop by, Facebook Marketplace, whatever. So we'll take whatever, cash, PayPal, Venmo. But if you feel more secure and you like some of the plants that you see, you want to buy from us, but you want to, you know, go through a bigger company like Etsy or eBay to make sure you're going to be taken care of and your credit card info is safe and all that jazz, then you can buy. You're going to get all the same plants, same from me. I'm the one that boxes them and ships them to you, but you'll go through that Big Brother website like that, and I'll have all that posted in the description so you can see what's going on. So same real setup as last year. It's where we do our potting. I like it. Come down here, drink coffee, hang out, pot everything up. The main layout of the greenhouse is still the same. Got our shelves up here. So we tore a lot of plants off of these shelves up here, and I say tore them off. We just had like all these sable miner McCurtains were actually up on this top shelf last year, and they were getting a little hot, drying out too quick. So what we did was we took those down, and we had them all down against this block wall down here. or rock wall, and that they would only get part day sun there. They did really good. So now we're trying to make room to bring everything in. So we took all those off the ground, put them up on the top shelf, and really all this stuff on the back wall here on the bottom. I gotta figure out something that I'm gonna do, get it all up off of there, put it on the shelves, consolidate a lot of this other stuff and make room, get all these 3 gallons in here, get all those other 1 gallons that you saw. Hopefully everything will fit, and we'll even get all this stuff off the tables. It's gonna be close, we'll see. Whatever doesn't fit, basically we've got that plant room up in my basement, south facing window. That was kind of the greenhouse before we had the greenhouse, so we can shove stuff in there. And then worst case scenario, we can shove, just keep everything outside of the garage, and then when we get really cold weather, we can just shove it into the garage, and then pull it back out when it warms up. We'll do a little run through here and show you everything that we've got. I took a bunch of cuttings of all my cactuses and sent them out to a friend I met on Facebook that lives in New Mexico, and she cut some of all hers and sent them to me. So I've got just a bunch of randos there. These are all yucca rostradas in here. We sold a bunch of these, and we sold like 20, 30 this year already. So this is kind of slim pickings now of what's left. We'll sell all that. And then starting here and moving this way, these are all sable miners in this row here. Fully rooted 1 gallons. Those are really nice. Those are the same age, same size as the ones that are outside that you first saw out there. Let's see. Other little weird stuff. Here's a Nanorops Rictana in this tall tree pot. They have really deep roots. Hold on, sorry. You can see it. It's got roots coming out of the bottom, really deep. Grow that really like hairy tormentum on them. That one's starting to get kind of big. I think I sold, I don't know, 3 or 4 of those already this year. I've been kind of hanging on to that one. I've tried Nanorops in the ground here and killed them before. So I don't know. I might hold out and just buy a bigger one, or keep that one and keep it potted. But I want to put one in a big clay pot and just keep it for myself. Let's see, let's go over here before we go any further. So another thing we do is we grow a lot of agaves and we sell those. Here's a bunch of different varieties. This pretty blue one we're gonna keep. I pulled a pup off of a really nice Americana that was in Emerald Isle, North Carolina when we went. And we keep that one. We've got a bunch of different Gracillipes. There's one. There's a agave perii, bigger one. Agave Celsii Nova. I think we got 3, 1, 2, 3 of those. Agave parviflora. Agave ismensis rum runner. This is an unknown variety. I grew these from seed. That one, and these ones like up here in the back. I'm not sure what those are. But I like them. They're cool. There's 2 more Gracillipes right there. Neo-Mexicana. Geminiflora. Some more ismensis rum runners. Another Gracillipes. A couple Utahensis. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Agave Xylocanthia. In my other video, I was telling you about Hesperella. Oh, that's what it is up the hill. Hesperella parviflora. We've got a couple left. What is there? 9 right there that we grew from seed. Dwarf Opuntias. Those are little pups off of little cuttings that are rooted off of that big one, all the way on the right. So that's a good thing about a lot of desert plants like that. You can take cuttings, root them for free. make a bunch, sell them, easy money. There's Mangave. This is Barney, so there's a bigger one in the back. Hard to tell with the lighting, but there's like really nice purple spotting on them. And then all these are given to me from a friend. So on his plant that flowered in East Tennessee, was just covered with these little bulbils, and they were like about this size. Like this one didn't make it, and that's okay, but they were all about this size. And then put them in these pots, and then all these ones that are obviously bigger grew roots, and those are available for sale. Here's some more agaves. There's a Perii truncata. That one's an unknown. I don't know what that is. Here's a Yucca alifolia that we dug up in North Carolina. Rooted in the pot now. That one's for me. I'm gonna plant it. Here's another one that we dug up. That one's got a little trunk too, looking really nice. That one was in pure shade. This is why the leaves are a lot bigger. It's a lot spread out. This one was in full sun and pure sand, so it's tighter, compact. I know McGuire is gonna watch this video. That's his. I'm gonna sell it to him in the spring. Here's some Joshua trees, Yucca brevifolia. There's 2 of them. Wanted a good one of those for a few years. Finally got those. I'll sell one of those if anybody's interested, if they see this, but I'm gonna keep one too. Here's Livistonia decora ribbon palm from Australia. Those are all half gallons. Those are looking nice. Sold all the 1 gallons that I had right here in this spot earlier. We've got Sable Rosii, Sable Bermudana, a bunch of Sable Maritima. These are more, say tropical. You need a warmer zone for these. You know, 9B, 10A is really the best. Select market for a lot of this stuff. And I've been whittling through this and selling some of it as we go. But you've got a bigger, you've got a huge market for Sable minors. Practically everybody can grow them. But you've got a slimmer market for things like Maritima. Bermudana is pretty good, and Rosii, those are more hardy. But Maritima, Yapa over there, and then when we get down there more to Formis, is probably the least cold hardy Sable that you can get. So still try and grow everything that people will want, and if we can grow it, somebody will buy it, then I'm happy. Got another couple little other things. Yucca alata, Yucca, dang it. I got that originally from Plant Delights. The bigger one's planted up in the yard. This is just a pup from it, so you use the tag. Alifolia Magenta Magic, sorry. There's Yucca flaccida back there. This cycad right here, this was a pup that my friend dug up. The same guy that I got the Mangaves from. This survives in East Tennessee, no problem. So he dug me one up. He's not sure what it is, but I'm gonna plant it here and should do fine if it does fine at his house. Here's a little cycad. We've been getting more into these lately. This is what, and oh, not a cycad, Encephalatos longiflorus blue. It's not a cycad, but still in the cycad realm. Revoluta, another Revoluta. Not sure what this is. I thought it was a Dioun Adulis, but a lot of people said it's not. It's really pretty, whatever it is. They said it's a cycad. Not sure what kind, but we like it. That's just a potted plant for us, obviously. Here's Cycas guigensis. Trying to keep that. But again, anybody, you're watching my videos, you see something you really want, reach out, message me, because a lot of this stuff that I'm showing you is not listed for sale either. So this stuff you would have to send me a message and tell me you want it. We'll figure out something. This was a smaller Yucca Faxoniana we had planted. Got some damage, split off, grew 4 heads. We dug it up, potted it, had it potted as that specimen with 4 heads for a whole year, and then pulled it out of the pot this year, split them up, and then put these all into 4 pots. So this is what we're doing. Things take time. People wonder, you know, why do plants cost money? Seems like it's you know, too expensive. Like, I never thought like that. If I wanted a plant, I'm gonna pay whatever it costs to get it because I have to have it. But like, I'm literally growing these for sale. I've got a nice big one planted for me. These are gonna be for sale. Why am I gonna sell these for a little bit of money? Because it's literally taken me a lot of work to get it to you. By the time you get it, there's years invested, pot, dirt, my time, watering it, fertilizer, my time, you know, separating them, taking care, repotting them. And then obviously another thing that people forget is when you get it, a lot of that cost that's involved, and I sell all my stuff for cheap compared to other people, but whatever cost is there, if you're worried about it, why is there cost involved? I've got to package all of my plants up, and I ship everything in pots. So what if I'm going to ship you this, I'm going to cut these brown leaves off. I'm going to stuff packing paper on top to get it up to the height of the pot. Put that in like a smaller white garbage bag, the whole pot, and then fully packing tape that bag to it. And then that's what the packing paper is in here, is to create some tension to hold the plant down in the pot. Tape around everything. Cut a bamboo stake like this to the height of the pot that it's going to go, or the height of the box and inside. Tape that to the box. Get it in the box, and then stuff the box if I need to with more packing material. Tape up the box. And that's just all my time and my effort that I need to put into it to get it to your house safely, securely. And then obviously I've got to pay the shipping costs to get it shipped, UPS also. So there's just a lot of things that are added into to getting plants to people's houses. Like, you know, you might be a really good gardener, you can grow plants really well, but if you just throw the plant in a box and ship it to somebody, all the soil comes out, it dries out, all the leaves are bent. You're just giving them a crappy product that may have looked really great when it left your house, but when the customer gets it, they're not happy. Defeats the whole purpose of doing this whole thing. So that's a critical part in what I do, is obviously plant care while we're growing it, but plant care while we're shipping it. Make sure that it shows up to the customer's house exactly how I grew it. So everybody watching this, you get a sense of it. Even if you're starting a greenhouse for yourself, if you're just buying plants, just so you can get a grasp that there's just more to it than the finished product that you see. All right, so here is some Brahia armatas. So these are like really finicky. They don't like root disturbance. They don't like too much moisture. They don't like too much cold. With the root disturbance, so all these were in a community pot, and they looked so damn good. They all of them look just like this right now that I'm showing you. And I had hundreds of these, like I think 100 and hundreds, I say. There was like 120 in this community pot. They all looked super blue, really nice. I'm like, perfect. They were in a 5-gallon pot. I waited too long. The roots were all tied together. So when I pulled it out and separated them, caused a lot of root disturbance, ripped off some rootlets, and when I potted them up, they all basically went from looking like that to just really in this like declining look. And it's taken a year solid to get them back to where like that one's sellable. You know, this one's sellable, but like this one's not. You know, this is gonna hit the compost pile, and I gotta go through some of this stuff. This one looked fine, but now it's drying up. Compost pile, you know, compost pile, not sellable. Just have to wait and see on a lot of this stuff still. So this is another thing, like Brachyarmata is really desirable plant. People want them. Not easy to produce them, not easy to get it to them, to your house. Take a lot of care, a lot of time. So when you get it, you know, basically what my point is like I'm gonna sell 1 gallon for more for a Brachyarmata than I am for a Sable Minor, because it just takes more to do it. It is what it is. So here's a lot of stuff that I potted up just recently in the summer. There's Sable Brazoriensis, a lot of Sable Louisiana in here. I think, yep, L. I think that whole row is Sable Bermudana. Some of these bigger ones here. Yeah, we got too many of those. And then what happens is if your timing's wrong, you pot them up. Like I potted all these up at the same time as I potted all these up, and I'll hang with them for a little bit and see if they're gonna make it, like if it's still green. But like, you know, they get to this stage and they're brown, obviously it's dead. And that happens. This is part of it too. So this doesn't mean that I'm a bad nurseryman, or that there's a disease or that something happened, because it's not true. But this is part of it. So the reason why I'm showing you this and I'm telling you is, if you want to let's say you want to end up with 20 of a certain palm tree from seed, you better grow 40, because stuff's just gonna happen. It's just part of it. Grow double. Initially you may lose a few. Initially they're not all going to germinate either. Sables are really good, you get a really high germination rate. Other varieties not so much. Sables high 90s, almost 100%. Other varieties you might be in the 80% range, 70s down to 50. So minimum, do double what you want to end up with, even more if you can help it. And sometimes you're just going to have, you know, the weaker ones die off, and just stuff happens. It's just part of it. It's part of the nursery game. Grow more than you want to end up with. That's the name of the game. So here we go, more of these Sable Maritimas. Here's Sable Minor Wakula Dwarf. These are from my plants, my palms that are up in the yard. Those are ready to go now in half gallon. We've got some Sable Defuniac Springs. So this is like a weird mutated, I say mutated, everybody thinks it's probably a hybrid, Palmetto Minor hybrid maybe, but it's in Defuniac Springs, Florida. Really cool. Look it up if you're not sure what it is, but if you're interested. Bunch of Birminghams. So all these Birminghams, these are really special. So Gary's Nursery was like one of the first really big Birmingham growers from seed producers. He gave a plant to Jeff Stevens in East Tennessee. Jeff planted it in Chattanooga, and it's still there to this day. Produces seed. So Chattanooga's in Tennessee. I think now they're 7B, 8A border, but they still have seen cold weather over the years. The seed for these Birminghams are from that. So this is a Tennessee genetic, solid, cold, hardy Birmingham. and that's what all these seedlings are from. These are all ready to go in 1/2 gallons. So what we've tried to do is branch out into doing other stuff. These are all desert stuff. Doesn't look like much now, but these are actually ready. Those are all green leaves. These are, I think these are Dazzlerian, which one? Wheeleri, yep. I think those are, yep, these are, yeah, 2 good blocks of those, 36 of them. Take time, but next couple years they'll be bigger, be better sized plants. Here's some Yucca baccata green form. These are super hardy. Some of these are looking pretty nice now. We've sold a few of these already, but next spring we'll pot these up and they'll be a better size, ready to go. Things take time. That's what I said, like I grew these from seed, community pot, separate them, pot them up, let them grow, keep them watered, make sure they don't dry out, fertilize them, pot them up again, do a bigger size to make it more desirable. You know, nobody wants to buy a dinky plant. By the time you get it, I've got a lot of time and effort spent into it. I'm not trying to bend anybody over and kill them. So like I haven't been saying a lot of prices. So for example, on eBay, I've got these listed right now for $18. So I will be fully transparent with everybody. If you want to know how this works and how it goes, you're like $18, all right, that doesn't sound too bad. But if you want a breakdown of where the cost goes to ship that, I'm going to put it in a box, and like I said, I've got to package all of it, but the shipping on that is going to be around $6. So then after packing materials, you know, because tape, the bamboo stakes that I buy per plant, they're not a lot, but it's still a cost that I have to add in. And then boxes, packing materials, other stuff like that. Per plant, it's not a lot, like I said, but it does add up over a while. After shipping costs $6, I got $12 for me. So let's take out the, you know, another $1, maybe $2 for packing materials. So I'm getting $10 for me. And then what are the other costs of that? There's dirt, fertilizer, my time, water. So you grow hundreds and hundreds of plants, and you can make some money doing it for sure. You know, all this stuff, I'm gonna make money when I sell it, but you're not making a lot of money with each plant. And that's why you've got to grow a lot of them. And again, I'm not trying to kill people. I want to get all these plants to people and give them an opportunity to buy them, give them to them at a good price, and they're happy about it. I'm happy about it too, but it has to be worth my while to do it, or else why am I going to do it? You know, trying to be transparent with everybody here. Those are Yucca brevifolias, Joshua trees. Just got those separated into their own pots. Those need a little while. Those are a little finicky too. So these are one that we might have some die off for sure. We might end up with half of these by next year. So let's see, here's some Sable Tamaulipas. Those are in 1 gallon bags. Here's Sable Yapa. Those are like a dry coastal trunking sable from Mexico. Need to experiment in different areas with them and really test their cold hardiness, but I would be willing to bet they would go zone 8. But I need some people to take them off my hands and plant them and test them out. Here's Chamaerops Cumulus variety Volcano. So these are from a volcano mother plant from my friend in Arizona. They're still seedlings. We've been selling them as volcano with the catch that, you know, you're buying at your own risk. These can revert to standard humulus. It's too young to tell, but again, another one that you just can't find readily available, so we want to grow it, give people opportunity to buy it. So here you can see a bunch more community pots that I need to pot up. Here's standard humulus. Here's Sable Louisiana, Nanoropes rictana. So this is what you can. So here's a good one that we'll highlight. All these seeds went in here at the same time. We got really loose growing media. It's just basically pine fines. Deep 3-gallon pot. A lot of everything in here looks really good, but then there's ones that just don't look good and die off. Why? Don't know. Just is what it is. Part of the game. Grow more than you want to grow. These are all from the same seed batch, from the same mother palm, right? Ooh, we got a lot of seeds, a lot of roots coming out of the bottom there. Most of them all are green. Some are silver. There's another one in there. There's more on the other side. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, those two are silver also. Those silver ones more desirable. Just part of it. You get variation. There's Sable Tamaulipas in the back. Sable Minor Chiplet Dwarf. Let's see. Sable Minor Blountstown Dwarf. Here's Needle Palm, and I've got another Needle Palm pot going right there. I need to get some more. I need to hit my friend up who has Needle Palm seeds and get some more. So this pot should look more like these other pots because I put 100 seeds in here. I did a ramble about this in one of my other videos. Needle palms are like just my arch nemesis. Like, I love them, and in my mind I wanted to be like a huge needle palm grower. I wanted, like, all these sables and other varieties that you see in here that I have, I want this thing full. I would, if I could reliably have needle palms like this, that would grow like this from seed, I would build another greenhouse right now and fill it with nothing but needle palms. The problem is that they're really finicky. So you've got some in here, like this one has three leaves right now. These ones are just coming up. Other ones have one leaf. They're really sporadic when they come up, and they just don't get good germination rate. And in the first year like this, they're not ready to be separated yet, but in a little while they will be. You separate them, they've just got good possibility that you're gonna get die off with them. They're really finicky and just really have been the bane of my existence because I want them so bad, and I know other people really desire them. I want to grow them. I want to have a lot. Just haven't cracked the code yet. More Sable Bermudana. Why I'm growing so much, I have no idea. Hopefully people start buying them. Here's some older Nanoropes rictana. So these are from the same seed batch again. Green one, silver, died, not looking too great, might die, died. It's just part of it. Some palms are not the same as others. So when I sell a Sable Minor, it's really easy, carefree, doesn't take a lot of my time. Gonna be a less cost than Nanoropes rictana at the same size, and this is why. It just is what it is. Another one that people really want, Sable Palmetto Lisa. So you can't really tell when they're young, and they're this size, but these are from a Sable Palmetto Lisa. So these just resemble Sable Palmetto at this size, and they can go either way. I think people say there's like a good 30-40% chance that it'll hold the Lisa traits and higher chance, you know, 60-70% chance that it'll revert to just standard palmetto. But we're growing them. Always sell them with the caveat that you're taking them at your own risk. You might just end up with a palmetto. The problem is that you have to hold them for so long before you know that there's, you know, characteristic leaves. Like, here's what, a 3-leaf seedling, right, in a half gallon. You need to get it to, here's a palmetto, right? This is a standard palmetto though, but you need to get it to this size where you can start to see it has really thin, strappy split leaves. This is characteristic of palmetto. Those leaves come after this. That's like a full grown strap leaf. Next stage, split leaf. Next stage after that, after this split leaf, maybe a couple more, and then it'll throw a palmate leaf. But at this stage with a Lisa, what this will do is it'll be fused in the middle and it won't split, and it'll be really cupped. Like Sable Minor does this before it splits. Like, this leaf is gonna split, and I'll do it and show you in a second. But this is like what a palmetto Lisa leaf will look like, and it'll start throwing palmate leaves that'll just split a little bit at the top like this, but will stay fused and cupped together and be really, really big and wide. And then they'll split maybe 3 times. They'll look like a Ninja Turtle hand. Instead of like a palmate leaf will have 5 or more leaflets, up to 10, 12, 15, you know, many more when they get older. A huge Lisa leaf might split 3 to 5 times and have just really thick fused leaflets, and like have another one here and another one here. So that's like that characteristic Lisoid mutated form. But my point of my rambling, to be sure that this is a Lisa, you've got to grow it to at least like this size, like a big 1 gallon, to know for sure. So what does it do? It takes more time. You got to have greenhouse space. You got to hold on to them, care for them. But like, this has got a little split in this leaf, so that's an actual Sable Minor split leaf right there. And then when they get split leaves, another reason to hone in on that is it means they're a little bit more mature, more valuable, ready to go, palm or ground ready. There's just standard palmetto. A lot of people like those, so we grow them too. Got a little bit of stuff, little grouping for myself, except for these. These are not for me, but they're just in this special category. These are Sable Urasana silver form. So if you look at the silver Nanoropes, the Urasana silvers have like generally the same color. Those are really desirable. People want them. I don't have too many. I sold, I don't know, 5 or 6 already this year, but I got 1, 2, 3 little ones left. Some of this other stuff, I don't know, some of it might be for sale, I forget. Mad Palm Fan Volcano, that's a bigger one. That's a Louisiana that I wanted to keep for myself. Chipla Dwarf, 1 gallon. I think that's for me. Yeah, I need to plant one. Defuniac Springs. Not all of it's for me. Let's see. That's a Blountstown Dwarf in 1 gallon. I'd sell that. There's another one right there. Remember, you can message me. Pretty much all this stuff is for sale unless I tell you it's not. Like some of these. Here's an Emerald Isle Giant. It's just small. I would sell that one. There's a few Sable Causariums. All these right here are Sable Moritiformis. So these are the really like tropical, probably zone 10B even, South Florida, California. White undersides on the leaves, characteristic. These really don't grow, at least for me, in the greenhouse in pots. until the temperatures were hanging in the 90s during the day, consistently, but also not cooling off at night as much. Like right now, these are gonna stop. Like we're over 90 in here now, September. We still have the shade cloth on. If we took the shade cloth off, it'd be 100 in here right now. But then like at night right now, when it's been cold, we've been going down into the 60s. When those started growing specifically, it was hanging 75 at night and not cooling down that much. And that really got those pumping. But these are another one. It just takes a long time to grow them big. Not a lot of people grow them though. So if you're interested, just message me. I've got a bunch of them. These are all Apalachicola dwarfs. I just grew a big community pot of them. Had a bunch of these little pots, potted them up. I don't need that many of them. I don't know. If you want them, let me know. These are all sable pumos. These are the most recent thing I potted up. So another thing that I'm trying to do is I have to be mindful of the amount of room that I have. So I started like 100 of these from seed in like a 3-gallon pot like that. And the problem is like right now I have all this stuff outside that I have to put in here. So I have room and I can, you know, be smart and pack all this stuff in. But if I hypothetically pot up all those community pots over there, go to move everything in, I don't have enough room. It's just shame on me. Plus, what the learning lesson here really with like doing this as a nursery and greenhouse growing is I've got to stop growing stuff that I want and that I think's cool, and I need to grow stuff that the market wants and people are willing to buy, or else what the hell am I doing this for again? So one thing we made a smart move on is all these Sable Minor McCurtains up there. We've got a shit ton of those, and those are very, very desirable and people want them. So that's good. That's a solid move. Like, let's have, you know, 200, 300 of those. Pot them up to 1 gallon, pot them up to 3 gallon. People are gonna buy them. That's good. These standard Sable Minors, we've sold a lot of them, don't get me wrong. And these are really, really nice now. This is a better row even than those. Like those I haven't pulled from for sale when people order. These are what I sell over here. And they just aren't going as fast as I thought. So like these last year looked like this. And then we put all these in 3 gallon. We're gonna try and push these really hard this next coming year. And what they really do need though is what people want, and me too when I was really starting out buying palm trees, is people do want palmate leaves. So these will be there next year. We'll have palmate leaves on all these. They've all got split leaves now. And we're not gonna pot these up to 5 gallon or 7 gallon. And I'm saying that as in like, of course we will do some of them. But they're just so damn hard to ship at that point. The shipping cost is so high. It takes a lot of effort for me to do it. It's just difficult. So 3 gallon, this is kind of the sweet spot where we can get these around the country for cheap. People can still have a really good landscape size palm that they can put in the ground. And we can keep them in 3 gallon for a long time too, because what people, you know, you'll realize is like, you've got it potted at this height, right? Next year the plant's going to be sitting lower in the pot because they spit out dirt out of the bottom. It's decomposing in there, it becomes really fine. It gets washed out when it waters. The roots are physically pushing the dirt out too because they want more room. So you'll end up with a bigger gap at the top. And then you just pull the plant out, put some more dirt on the bottom, put it back in the same pot, put dirt around the sides, water it in really well. That'll give the roots more room, more soil, fresh soil to grow into. And you can basically keep the same size, or well, it'll be bigger technically, but you can keep a 3-gallon in a 3-gallon for a lot longer than you think. You don't have to pot it up the next year. You can keep it in the same 3-gallon again. And what it's going to do is going to be a bigger plant in a smaller pot, which is more desirable for the person buying it. So anyways, well, oh yeah, that was what I went out here for. Sorry, and I got sidetracked. The sable pumos. So all those were really nice seedlings, and I've got to make judgment calls now, and those are headed to the compost. Why? Because the market's not there for pumos, like it is for other things like Brazoriensis, Louisiana, Tamaulipas, standard sable minor McCurtain, windmills for sure. Things like this, that's what the really is like the heavy hitters with what people are looking for in palm trees as far as cold hardy and shippable on the internet. So this is me dialing in. Will some people want pumos? Absolutely. I could have potted up this many again, you know, more trays over here. But if I've taken any learning lessons from these Yappas and from the Maritimas and from the Mortiformis, I don't need a lot of these pumos. So that's why we have as many as we have. So this is me just learning and not being super attached to the plants that we're growing, remembering why I'm trying to do this. Like, of course, I like the plants and I like to hang out with them, and they're really cool. And I like just doing this just for me as a hobby in here anyways. But I got to grow what people want, or, you know, I'm basically just doing this for free. These are all Sable Louisiana. These came off of our biggest Louisiana. And these are all ready to go in 1 gallons. Let's see what else we've got. Yeah, these are all the McCurtains. So a lot of these are looking really nice up here. Got four or 5 leaves on them. These will all go in 1 gallon next year. Apalachicola dwarf, like we said. There's some, no, these are all McCurtains that we put in 1 gallon. We didn't want to put too many, but we put some, and you can see they're a little bit bigger than the ones in the bags. These are all Sable Latonia, 1/2 gallons. Another one that not really anybody's growing, but those are cool. These are all Washingtonia foliifera. These are pure foliifera. There's no, everybody on the internet argues now. Is it, what hybrid is it? Is it more robusta, more, you know, more foliifera, you know, what's more dominant? These are pure foliifera from Coachella Valley in California. There's no robustas anywhere near it. Impossible that these are hybrid. These are far more cold hardy than a robusta or a filibusta. These are gonna grow that massive elephant foot trunk. But these are solid into zone 8. And people have had a lot of good luck out here in the east with them as well, like South Carolina, Georgia, even North Carolina, near the coast. So if you're interested in any of those, some of these are looking good. We sold a lot of the bigger ones already, but we've got some fan leaf guys going, and these are here for you. So I think we were talking about cycads before. So we grew a lot from seed this year as well. These are Revoluta by Titangensis. That one's got no roots out of the bottom, but it's good. You can see the seed there. So we put these in a community pot just like we do with sable seeds. And these eventually, you know, shoot a root out. Root shoots down, leaves shoot up. And these are ready to go. These are in 4 gallon deep pots. They're really ready for 1 gallons now. And I don't know that I would put them in the ground yet, even if your climate can handle, you know, these. I'd probably pot them up to 1 gallon, and wait till they were fully rooted in and then plant them. They'll be ready to go. But those are a cool hybrid, really cold hardy. People in North Carolina have had a lot of luck, zone 7B with those in the ground. All the leaves will turn brown over the winter, but they'll flush again in the spring, and you'll have a really beautiful plant. These are all Sable Minor Blountstown Dwarfs, BTD, Blountstown Dwarf. These are old plants for how big of a pot they're in. These are in 4-inch deep pots, same as those. These are 5 years old from seed now. You put them in a 1 gallon and they're going to spread out a little bit, but you can tell they're old because of how many leaves they're holding in that size pot and how small the leaves are still. These are really desirable. Not a lot of people are producing dwarfs anymore. So we've got these for sale. Send me a message if you want. Those are on eBay and Etsy as well. Here's some hybrid windmills. These are Trachycarpus nanus by Trachycarpus fortunei. So these should be a smaller, hardy growing windmill palm when they get a little bit bigger. But we'll sell some of these. The ones we'll sell all have 4 leaves. Yeah, nobody's doing those. Give me a shout, we'll sell them. Here's some more yuccas that we've got from seed. These are the giant form filamentosa that I was showing in my other video, the really nice one. Those are silver anniversaries coming up. And then, ooh, that's the first one we've seen. That's alifolia. I was worried that none of the seed was viable on those, so I haven't seen any yet. There's another little one that's gonna come up. Because that's another one that's hard to find, is alifolia. You got to go dig it up, basically, get a cutting. Can't find them for sale anywhere. And then here's a bunch of desert stuff. We got some hybrid